What do you do? What do you do? Hey, howdy doody. What do you do after you take your wife out to lunch and eat too much food? Yeah, the man that's trying to lose weight just went and put weight back on. But hey, we had a great lunch. Happy wife, happy life. But you know what I'm going to do now? To work some of that food off, or can I? The Z28 definitely needs some loving. And I think I'm going to put this thing outside. I think I'm going to give it a bath. And it just needs a bath, everybody. Tomorrow's a big car show day, and I don't know what I'm going to drive yet. Go Gail and Brian want to go to that show. Yeah, Gail and Brian will go to the show, and apparently Brian's going to drive his Rocket, his new Rocket over. They're begging me to do the same thing, and I'm just like, I don't know. First of all, my Rocket's inspection sticker is expired in December of 2024, so that's a little bit of a problem. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do, but I do know I'm going to clean up this Camaro here because this is such a nice car, and it's so the old school Jerry, who's a regular on my channel. This car just is so badass, with no technology to see really what's behind me as I try to get this car to the garage without hitting my Africa Twin. And so anyways, trying to get out. My little boy Willow doesn't see me without me hitting the dog or hitting the car. Yeah, but this car is just so nice. I just really do like this car. This is such a fun car. And I mean, I got lots of fun cars, but the whole point is this car here just really is a great car, and I feel bad because it's so dirty. Been riding around the Ram truck. Haven't heard back on my Lightning vehicle that I dropped off this morning, which it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if that Lightning sits at that dealership for a week or two. It's the same old, all the technology in the world. It's incredible how all you ever hear is the ICE vehicles. Those have so many moving parts and components. Those are going to have so much trouble. But yet every electric vehicle I've owned so far on the truck side has been nothing but a nuisance and a piece of junk. But here we go. I'm going to clean up the Chevy Camaro Z28. Is this what I take to the show tomorrow? It's awful tempting. It's chilly out too. It's cool. Tomorrow's supposed to be like in the 60s. So I don't know, man. I'm just not tasting the motorcycle. I'm just not tasting it, people. So for me, odds are I'll be in a four-wheel vehicle over a two-wheel and or even a three-wheel vehicle. Stay tuned. One thing I've learned is put the German Shepherd dogs up, because otherwise it's a total fight. It's incredible. Here I'm getting ready to clean the car. It's been overcast this whole time, and I don't like really cleaning cars in the sun. So, yeah, it just doesn't end, does it, everybody? But no, the German Shepherds, man, it's like, forget it. They're going to scratch the hell out of this car. So they're in the office, so they can't do their antics at my expense on cleaning my car and jumping all over me and jumping all over the car. I hear noise. The wife is sneaking away on me. Yeah, that's good. Maybe she should go out and see Prancy Boy. Yeah, maybe she should go see Prancy Boy. All right, I'm finishing up here. Sun is going in and out. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to back this thing in the garage and wipe it down, because that sun really is kind of doing its own thing. And I don't really care if there's water in here or not. So there goes the wife. Happy wife, happy life. We're having a good day today. So that's a good thing, even though it's never easy being a married man. If you know what I mean by that. But maybe you're special. You just found the one that adores you and puts up with all your crap. You've done well. I mean, mine does. I mean, I've done well. I've said it many times. There ain't no way in hell anybody can convince me there's many women would stick around a guy that's bought 700 cars in a lifetime, and he's a freaking car addict, where he goes out and sacrifices everything to buy you another car. I I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me. There's many women out there who do that, but here we are. This is such a badass car, man. I mean, it really is. And but my registration's dead. Because this is all part of that personal property tax. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that legal letter with me. I'm going to put it in my glove box. If a cop pulls me over, I'm going to say, well, I know my tags are dead. Can you give me a little bit of hope here? Because I got to pay the big bill sooner than later. So can you just kind of help me out, you know? Would you just kind of like say, okay, just pay the damn bill and get this damn thing up to date? I'd be like, sure. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Let me crawl around my hands and knees and kiss your feet, and I'll do that. Yes, I will. So, yeah, so that's one reason I really have been wanting to drive this car much, because the damn car's registration's dead. But that's now playing out on a lot of my Virginia-based motorcycles. This one is dead as of tomorrow. This one's already dead. Went to Florida. This one's dead as of tomorrow. That one went to Florida. The African twin over here. This one over here is dead as of tomorrow. My Colorado is going to be dead as of tomorrow. And my Jeep over there, that's been dead for 3-4 months. So I have challenges. And the Grand Cherokee, that's dead as well. This one here will be November, but I'll have cleaned the crap up by that time. But then it turns into the 25 tax bill. Half year bill. Yeah, it doesn't end, everybody. The clock keeps on ticking with all this stuff sitting in my room. And somehow I was smart enough to get this when I renewed it. So that one, we can't worry about that one. But my inspection sticker is dead. Oh, hey, enjoying the Iceman's conversations yet another day, the gloom and doom, I hear you. Well, this is interesting. I've owned this car how long? Look, I just noticed. What is this all about? And initially you'd think mice are in this vehicle. But you look up here and you can see that this here pretty much is lining up with this right here. So I never ever noticed this. And there's like no poop around. I'll have to pop the hood, look underneath the hood. And it's a warmer time of year, so this isn't like this time of year for the mice to be moving into this stuff. So that's very interesting. I mean, look at that there. This is a very hard. So I wonder what happened. I mean, I'm totally puzzled on that. And I don't see like any remnants. I gotta get all my motorcycle gear out of this damn trunk. That's the damn thing for sure. But think about black paint. Far away, it sure looks beautiful. But man, once you get up on this paint, it is so many imperfections. It's ridiculous. But, you know, it's perfect for me because there's no way I would ever restore painting this car at this point. There's no way. Only way I restore the paint in this car if it's going to be parked somewhere and it's not going to be accessible to the environment that it's exposed to with all these dogs and the bird crap. So yeah, so I hope the mice haven't moved into my my car, which they possibly could have. So I don't know. I'll have to pop the hood here. Yeah, now up here, there just isn't any real indication. The only way I really figured out, I'm going to take all my gear out of the back of that trunk, and that's the only way I'm going to really know if a mouse has gotten into that back area, but it just doesn't look like it. There's no smell. I'm going to wipe down the engine compartment now and get it cleaned up for tomorrow. I think I'm going to drive it. I mean, I really want to drive this car, so I'll drive this tomorrow, even though I know Gail and Brian will be disappointed, but I'm just not on the motorcycle page. That's the reality. Oh, and yeah, breaking news. One of my friends is maybe going to buy 2 of my Harleys. it's kind of weird. Out of the blue, one of my friends called me and he's like, "Hey, are you still selling that CVOST?" I said, "No." He said, "Would you?" I said, "I guess for the right amount of money." I said, "But I got a 21 as well." So he really forced a hand. So I called Chesapeake Harley-Davidson up there in Darlington, Maryland. And the guy I talked to over the phone said, "I'll give you 35 grand wholesale price on it." I said, "What's it worth retail?" He said, 38, 39. And I was like, "Really? Wow." He's like, "Yeah, we're not." He's like, "We don't give these things away. These are $44,000 motorcycles, and we're not giving them away." And that's a dealership that usually does give deals away. So you may, but then I got thinking, well, hell, that bike there, I've got a good amount of equity in that bike for what I owed on it. So that would be, if I flipped this thing for 38 grand, that would be some healthy money for me right now. And I got thinking, do I give it to Chesapeake Harley and they buy out the ST and this ST, this Fast Johnny. If I could sell my CVO in the trailer, and I'd probably keep the Fast Johnny for right now because that's upside down too much, and I really want to keep the breakout. So I definitely, and then the kid, this is a whole other story on that. But yeah, once again, or my good friend's gonna buy out this, and he's gonna buy the CVO 21 as well. So I don't know, we'll see. But it's and I haven't even listed this. And I'm so sick of the people beating me up on Facebook Marketplace. I just get sick of it. It's like, I'll just give it to the damn dealer. They can have it. You go fight with them because all you do is I'll advertise it for $38,999. Will you take 32? Will you take 30? Will you take 32? 30, 32, 38? Screw you. Go get a better job. Go get a job where you can make enough money to buy things. That's what you need to do for all those cheap asses out there. Go get a job where you can make enough money to buy things. Yeah, you're just a cheap ass, so don't bug me. So yeah, somebody wants to buy the bike. Right now, I tell you now, somebody said I'll buy it for 38. I'd say come get it. I'm serious. Somebody reached out and said I'll take it for 38 grand. I'll say come get it, it's yours. And I have the original mufflers with the carbon fiber tip muffler. Let me keep on working on this here. And the dogs are all locked up. But I'm glad because Gypsy, it's really weird. Today I went out and bought that training collar, and you got to get trained yourself. I'm no fool to what you got to learn. So for me, I just have to go through a whole training experience of learning how to train a dog on a e-collar, electronic collar. So there's no way I'm going to put that thing on Gypsy and just think, no way. So I'm watching videos, I'm learning. So it may be a little while before I feel confident to do that with her. But meanwhile, it's really weird. It's like like today, she's like hanging by my side. It's like she knows that you're going to get something on your neck. And the whole idea is you don't make it where those are you want to make that collar be a friendly collar. You want to reward them for wearing it. You don't want to punish them. That's the worst thing you can do. You got to teach them how that's a reward. And that is just something sending a signal to them, like a leash of pulling on their neck, not to do something. So I've been reading, I've been watching, reading about it, but I need to be trained so I can train her. But the funny thing is, she's totally like not trying to run away like she has been. But right now, if we focus on this car right now, as far as I can do is just leave the dogs in my office, and I can stay focused on this. And I'm not walking outside every 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Wondering where the dogs are and Gypsy is, so she's fast. All right, let me get back on the path. Had to take a time out in the middle of the day doing videos. My wife was with me, and she wants nothing to do with this social media. So I took her we went to our good old Del Rio Mexican restaurant and had a nice lunch and had our typical couples conversation, which, what's that, right? Besides the family, the kid, the dogs, and what else, And I took her over to Trader Joe's, took her to the laundromat, took her over to Marshall's. I did all the husband duties, and I just decided to. Then I went by and got my medicine, my alcohol, and so now I'm just enjoying the shop time and And as you watch, I mean, right now, I think you're going to maybe witness the thinning out of the garage, which would be great. It would be. And, you know, the Triumph Rocket, do I sell that? That's such a cool bike. And I don't owe a lot of money on it. So there's where that's where it kind of like, that's a cool bike. I mean, I don't think I should sell that. I mean, I think there's just some things I hear should work my ass off just to try to not let go. And, but we'll see. We'll have to see how the money plays out. It's really the personal property tax. It's really going to kick me in the ass because I owe the county still like $20,000. And so that's what hurts. That hurts, if you know what I mean. So, all right, there we are. I just like to talk. I like to share my day with you guys so you can feel like you're right here with me as we clean the Camaro up for the car meet tomorrow. And just for me to be able to drive the car around is really fun. It's really nice. So, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. And part of me is like, I go get that cabinet. No, but part of me is like, I'm going to put this stuff in my camper. I got enough room in my camper. I think I'm going to transfer all this stuff out and put it in my camper and just get it out of this car. And hopefully I'm not creating, unbeknownst to me, a nesting area for the mice. I mean, this would definitely be a perfect setup for mice to get in here and live in here and just crap all over everything. Now, this is classic. My wife bought me a coat rack, an insulated clothing rack. I've never put this thing together. I forgot about it. And I think I'm going to put this thing together. This should be perfect. I could probably roll around here in the garage with all the dog crap underneath of it. But let's check this out real quick. Well, what do we have here, right? So I know this will be an afternoon project. Let's see how complicated it is. Step 5. So you see 5 steps. Where is step 1? Where's step 1? Step 1, okay, requires, I got old screw guns. So I'll speed things up. There's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, so you know. Then what's the inside look like? So then we have step 6, step 7, 8. Yeah, all right. Huh. Well, what do you think, everybody? What else I got to do? It's so wet out. Can't spray the gardens, and it's very windy. It's so wet out, I can't cut grass. And I just finished up cleaning the Camaro, but I really want to get all this stuff out of this Camaro, and I just hate to, oh my gosh, everybody, it just isn't simple in this world, is it? It isn't, you know, just incredible. The times have changed. You know what, I'm leaving the dogs in there. They're not barking, they're not crying, and it's just one less thing for me to have to chase around Gypsy, because she just has gotten off the property so much. It just is not comforting. So it's all for a reason. But let me see if I can get motivated here. Let me find my speed gun. And here's all the parts. One thing that they don't show here was what's the dimensions. That was one thing I was thinking. It's like, I put this whole thing together so I can already kind of get an idea how wide this is, I guess. Or does it tell me the dimensions in here? Maybe it does. I don't know. Let's look at it one more time. No, it doesn't. It does not. So, oh well, while I'm jamming the tunes, my phone turns off the tunes when I start to record, and so Willow's allowed out here. I mean, the Wheaton Terriers and the Poodles, they're not the problem. It's the German Shepherds. They're just constantly looking for something to do, and then Gypsy gets in the mission of she found something to do, but it happens to be across the way. That's how that plays out. 10 acres of land, but for Gypsy, she wants to be on the other side of the fence instead of this side of the fence. Yeah, and it's the girl dog, too. Those females. You females, it's challenging. Well, having this little table here right next to my trike isn't the greatest idea, but I'm making it work as I put yet another project together. But, you know, I think this thing's going to be pretty cool because it's rollable, so I can move it around my shop, get it out of the way, and it's going to store my very expensive. I mean, there's thousands of dollars of all my gear in this trunk. It's incredible if you think about how much money I spent on my helmets, the kids' gear, my gear, air jackets, shoes, gloves. I mean, this goes on and on and on, man. It's just incredible. And if I could have every cent back, oh my God. If I could have every payment back for the last 10 years, oh my God, I'd probably have $1 million. Wow. Oh, keep on living in the past, would you? Making progress. Making progress. So now, there's my work stand. You know, there's never enough room. If you watch my channel, and this sort of reminds me of Paul Tuttle Sr. on Orange County Choppers. Do you guys remember when Paul would walk into the shop and Paul Jr.'s bench would be a disaster and Paul would go off on him? He would go off on the shop being a mess. And it's like, for me, it's just never ending of just stuff that accumulates on my bench. You know, who doesn't have this problem? It just never ends. It just doesn't end, man. But oh well. So we're making progress now. So now, it's very windy up here. It's crazy, man. I mean, it's cold. I mean, it's chilly, man. So we need we need the two BBs. The BBs, in which way, it doesn't matter, right? I don't think it really matter. So here's the two Bs. BBs. This is BB? Yeah, BBs. Okay. Making headway. Yeah, this isn't too shabby at all, actually. Now I'm going to put this crossbar on. And I'm going to have myself a nice coat rack that the wife got me. Isn't that something? She probably bought this thing, I would guarantee, a year or 2 years ago. I was looking at the shipping date. Shebang, shaboom, bing, bang, done. Wow. So this is so cool. You know, this is so cool. My trunk is right here in my car. I can move everything out. Earlier I was thinking, oh man, I really don't want to drive this thing through the grass because it's all wet and soggy. So for me to pull the car out, and then I would have to literally be taking all my clothes all the way to the back side of the camper, going up and down the stairs, and blah, blah, blah. And I got to clean out the camper to get, no way. Now, some ways, no, I'm not going to put it in my camper. It takes up too much storage. But, yeah, for the wife, yeah, if you're a lucky guy, you marry somebody smarter than you. Poor wife, she didn't marry smarter than her. Isn't that something? Yikes. I'm going to set this thing up in the back here. My concern is the wind's going to blow it off. Probably. Or I could put it in the tailgate, because that thing really needs to be heated up. So, let's see. If that thing was heated up, it'd be a lot better. So I'm going to close the tailgate. You know, these covers are junk. You know, now that I've had cars longer, I just see how these... I hate them. They suck, in all reality. Right now, so, you know, do I get an F-150 Lightning Shark if I keep the damn thing when I put a different cover on it? And who the hell knows? In my world. All right, back to now. In so many ways, I could probably start putting stuff on, just because, for the fact that I'll just put the cover over everything. So here's the InMotion. So I pay, you know, so like I pay a monthly fee on this. I mean, there's so many things still attached to my daughter's life. And it's just like, wow. It is, everybody. It is what it is. But what a beautiful afternoon, really. It really is nice out. And so... let me start unloading all this stuff. But the key is I need to have hangers for all these things. And what's crazy is I still have gear. I still have gear in this motorcycle from being down in Florida last November and December. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Just incredible. There's so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I remember buying Julia this. A nice Indian jacket. The Harley jacket. You know, how much do you think these things are? You know what I have? These are $500 jackets. These are not your inexpensive stuff. So there's the boys barking, but I don't care. They're not coming out. I get so much more stuff in here. I got stuff in here I should just give away, really. Like this Indian jacket. Yeah, should probably just say, who wants this thing? Or probably could advertise it. They'll get a little money out of it. I don't know.